Hello, everybody. Welcome back to In the Pit with Jeff. It's a Monday, May 25th, U.S.'s Memorial Holiday. It's currently 15 degrees out in Brantford. Already getting warm out there. It's supposed to be going up to 23 today. Um, so I'll get some bit of yard work done and get out and do a little puttering on some models, and hopefully this week get out flying. So what we're looking at is, so here's a piece of black vinyl, and on a sheet of it I wanted to see my brother-in-law's printing machine that he uses for doing his graphics job work business that he has, if he could, how small it could cut some rivets. I'm wondering if it would even go smaller, but I had them back for January or so, cut off, or well, not cut off, but print, just for the shits and giggles, as we say, cut a bunch of dots into the black vinyl, which he did for me. And then he gave me a roll of some sticker transfer stuff, transfer paper. And then, so what you have to do is, if this had all the dots on it, you kind of got to grab the corner, pull it all back, and weed out the dots. So the dots, technically the dots should stay like that, on like all like that there on the back and in rows. And then you take the transfer mask there and put it all over that and press it all down. And then what I did was I cut 10 long strips for the rivets, yay long. Some of them came up with the back end and that, and I just saved them on a little extra piece of transfer tape, just so if I needed one, I could just put an odd one there. So again, cut these into strips. I had everything laid out on, these are on my landing gear doors, and just went along, peel the backer off here. Take your strip, lay it across where you had your layout, stick them down, and then I just threw a coat of primer over them so they don't look too bad. I don't know if I want to do the whole plane like that. I already called them up and told them to do run me a 1,000 rivets. So again, like we did both doors. That's my doors on the inside there. Get that out of the way for you. The outer doors, got them all done. My cowl, pretty well got it all riveted. Details, Zeus fasteners, panel lines, went over and burned. I don't know if you can see some of the little ticky-doos across the Zeus fasteners to simulate the slot on the fastener. Went over just with some spot putty and some spots that I found. Give that a sand. Give the whole thing a sand again and a prime. And did some little bit of filling on my dad's. Again, I'll get it outside, I'll sand it, wet sand it all down, and then I'll probably use the it's a K1, the K1's primer filler. I'll go for a walk over here. Beauty about having a brother-in-law that runs his own graphics company, I can take my 3-view drawn, have it blown up to my full size, and that's what I used I got the fuselage sides, I got front view, the tail, all that stuff. I just cut it down so it'd be easier for me to work off of. So I used all that for laying out my panel lines and stuff. And then we're going to use it to lay out the invasion stripes on my dad's Mustang. I started laying out the locations where I figure things will be. Instead of using the masking tape, I think we used to always use electrical tape for our finished edge that we wanted to paint up to. Used to take the roll of electrical tape and set up an X-Acto blade to about halfway of the roll, and just spin the roll and slice through. So you split your electrical tape into two. So you'd probably have what, 3/8 wide electrical tape. Use that. You put the electrical tape down for your paint line, and then you'd take your sheet of paper or paper towel or whatever you're using up to that edge of the tape, and then you'd take your masking tape and lay your masking tape over top of the black tape. I'll show it to you, but your masking tape didn't have to go right up to the finished edge. That way you could peel all that off and then carefully come back and remove your piece of tape without having to worry about all the paper hanging off and stuff. And it worked pretty good as a giving you a nice fine line. Usually try and peel it off when your paint's still a little bit wet, and they'll kind of flow out on the edges a bit. It won't dry hard onto your tape, but we'll get some stuff thrown on it today. I just thought I'd give you a quick Mustang update too. All right, everybody, have a great day, Memorial Day for everybody in the U.S. Hopefully you can get out and do some flying, and we'll just say stay safe. Jeff from In the Pit. Have a good day.